Hi there, everyone. I want to share this week's blog around Thriving Together, our programme which is enabling staff, communities and our partners to shape the places we call home across Ada and Worthing. So in thinking about this blog, I thought about the 3 M's, not McDonald's, but the first M is mission. So we at Ada and Worthing have got mission areas: thriving economy, thriving environment, thriving organisation, thriving places and thriving people. But sometimes you might think, well, what is a mission? Well, Thriving Together is a great example of a mission. It's more than a project. It's an ambition that's bigger than any one organisation can achieve alone. And it's about bringing people together, communities and partners and staff, to shape the future of the places we call home. And we all have a stake in that future. And the future visions that we develop together will be those that are collectively owned, that we can take forwards. Of course, in our plan to government, but also between now and 2028. And it brings together communities, groups and organisations to get involved in practical ways, from community facilitators on the ground to digital tools that help people make a difference. So it's not just a plan, it's actually impact and a legacy that will help people in the long term. And then thirdly, it's a mission that works at different levels, not just across Ada and Worthing, but in each of our neighbourhoods where people live their everyday lives. The second M is multidisciplinary teams. Now, you might have heard about the term of multidisciplinary teams and wondering, well, what's the difference with a regular team? So Thriving Together multidisciplinary team, we're working across digital, participation, mission control, communications, neighbourhoods and the planning team, plus our amazing external partners. And that together forms our multidisciplinary team. Now, we're each doing things that you'd expect in terms of our day jobs, so that we bring each of those skills together to really make the programme something that is cross-cutting. And that is why those teams are represented on Thriving Together. But actually, what brings us together is also the curiosity to test new ways of working with communities. And that means testing new ways of working with each other, how we do communications in a more participative way, how we use digital in how we're doing planning, and how we can work together across our neighbourhoods as well. And yeah, it can be stretching, but it's in the stretch that the learning happens. And that learning and experimentation is what we then take back to our regular teams. And it helps us figure not just how we support this work, but actually how we evolve as an organisation alongside our communities. And the third M is moments. Because real change needs real moments, spaces where people can imagine, connect, and shape what's next. And Thriving Together is creating those moments. And our pop-up at Colonnade House, taking place next week, is a way of really bringing to life on the high street what we want to achieve. So yes, there will be workshops like you might expect, but actually we're using different creative ways to activate people's different creativity. So some speak up kind of in sessions, or just write down their ideas. So we're using different methods like postcards to the future, creative mapping, creating a community collage. And it enables people to come in off the street, whether they're just coming in off their lunch break, or they've just dropped off the kids, or passing by. And they can see people connecting together, but also working creatively. And that is also part of shaping the places we call home now. So it's about doing democracy differently in a more joyful and creative way, but also that's rooted in real lives as well. And so if you're someone who wants to shape what comes next, if you want to shape the places that we call home in Ada and Worthing, there's definitely a space for you in Thriving Together as staff. And we've just started our sessions called Delving into Devolution, where we're working up actually what is it that we want to develop together as staff, so getting involved in that. And in the end, kind of this change isn't something that is going to be perfect and that is going to be completed. it's about continuous improvement. And that's also why we're using methods like vlogs to share what we're doing, to share how we're progressing, so that each week you can see something more that we've done to get us to that future. So thanks a lot for listening, and next week you'll hear from other colleagues on the MDT who will be sharing their story as well. Thank you very much.